Hey man, you okay?
What is up, Chocolatiers? Welcome back to another video today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Novocaine starring Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid's been on a roll this year. He had Companion, and I know he's currently filming The Boys' final season. And he also does the voice of Superman in My Adventures Superman, which is a very good show. And so I'm a big Jack Quaid fan. But when I was seeing the trailers for this movie, while excited for it, I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. This movie is absolutely incredible. There is no reason it should have only made $8 million this weekend at the box office. It surprised me, honestly. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger of an opening. This movie is just so incredible. It's so well done. Jack Quaid pretty much carries this film. He was perfect casting as the character of Novocaine. And so, yeah, just know this going forward that I'm loving this movie. So this is pretty much going to be a love letter type review for this movie because I had an incredible time with it. And so getting to the plot, Novocaine is a man named Nathan Kane who has a disability where he can't feel pain. He is a assistant manager at a bank, and he goes on a date with one of the bank tellers that he's had a crush on for a while. And long story short, after their date, he gets a little lucky. And so he pretty much gets whipped because it's implied that this is also like one of his first times that he's ever had a relationship, anything like that, because he's so scared of of like his disability and stuff that he hasn't tried to pursue anything like that. And so the next day, they have a robbery gone wrong because the head bank teller, the bank manager, he gets killed, and they kidnap the bank teller, the woman that he went with. And so this is a kind of like a play on Taken. He's like, we'll find you, I will kill you. And he goes John Wick style on these dudes. And it's funny to see because this whole time in this movie, I was like, he's reminding me of somebody. Like, when he's fighting people, it was reminding me of Spider-Man. Not like in the movements and fights, nothing like that, but like in his quipping. Like, for example, when he fights the first guy, that we see in the trailer, like where he reaches his hand into the, the cooker or whatever, like the fryer, he literally is like, he's like, damn, you're strong. He's like, oh man, he's like, you can talk about this, and like he's just like talking and like constantly kind of going, and it's so fun to see. And I really hope this movie gets a sequel as well, now that I'm thinking about it, because it would work better with a higher budget. And what I mean by that is, like, this movie looked fine, like it looked good, nothing about it looked bad. But what I mean by that is like, I'm just thinking all the crazy shit you could do to him, because this movie, he goes through a lot of crazy stuff. Like, for example, in the trailer as well, like when you see him punching the glass, he uses that like kind of like Wolverine claws, like just the craziest stuff that you can think of, he kind of goes through. And I won't spoil it here, but like even like the final fight is just so insane. And the whole time I kept thinking about the character Ajax from Deadpool 1, because that was his like power that he couldn't feel pain. And I was just kind of thinking, I was like, this is basically like if we got like an outing about Ajax, like how that would have went, because like, he can die. Like, if you shoot Ajax in the fucking face, he's gonna go down. He's not coming back up, but it's the fact that he doesn't feel pain. So, like, he can get stabbed 52 times, and he'll be bleeding out, sure, but he's not gonna feel those stabs. And so, like, the way they played with this movie, I really like, because, for example, Novocaine gets hit and punched, and he's not, like, getting back up super quickly. While he doesn't feel it, his body feels the effects. And so I really liked, all the supporting cast. I think that, the CEO of Sex, when he showed up, like, he's good in this movie. The woman that he's in love with, I cannot think of her name, but she played in Prey, and she did such a good job in that movie. And she does a good job here. All the villains, I feel like the first two villains are kind of lackluster. The second one's a little bit better than the first one, but the main villain of the movie, I thought he was pretty good. While not like, oh man, he's just like, the best villain out there or whatever, he's still kind of run-of-the-mill or whatever, so I would kind of give like a little complaint there if you wanted to like pick and choose. But I had a lot of fun with this film. And I really want to see it again, but there's each week you got more movies coming out, but this movie was just so damn fun. Like, I love going to the movies and having fun. This is what movies are all about. Like people, I remember like I was getting flamed up in my friend groups when I came out a couple years ago and told them that, Gran Turismo was one of my favorite movies that year. And they were like, oh yeah, bullshit. And they hadn't seen it. And like, when I watched it, I got like Top Gun vibes. Where it's like, man, you're just watching a fun movie. You know, is the plot just like the greatest thing in the world? No. Is it just like the craziest action in the world? No. But it's just such a fun time. And I feel like Novocaine's going to be at least in my top 10, top 20 by the end of the year, depending on how many movies I see. Just because of how fun it is. Like, this is rewatchability central. I could play this movie, like I thought about it. This year, there's been a lot of movies come out. Even like my favorite movie this year, Presence. Even though I want to rewatch it again, outside of one or two more times, it's probably about it. But Novocaine, I could probably watch that 4, 5, 6 more times this year. Like, it was that fun. And so, yeah. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts. If you're one of the few people that actually saw this movie this weekend, comment down below, let me know. Let me know your favorite scene from the movie, your favorite stuff you want to see in a sequel. And let me know if you even liked the movie, because you might have not liked it. You might have not liked it as much as I did. But I'm going to give this movie a 10 out of 10 and Mr. Chalk seal of approval. I love everything about this movie. I like the cheesy moments, the goofy moments. Everything about it just worked for me, and this is the type of movie I want to see more of. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
So those are definitely third degree, so you're going to want to...
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.